What up gamers, I'm Sir Mab and welcome to another Destiny 2 video during the Season of Dawn. As most of you know by now, a new exotic rifle has come out early thanks to the efforts of many within the Destiny community. It was a long week of gathering data, transcribing, and taking pictures from many, but in the end we came together to solve a gigantic puzzle for the new exotic fusion rifle, Bastion. Thanks to this puzzle being solved, those who have yet to acquire the new exotic rifle have an advancement on the quest steps. So enough chat, let's get you the Bastion. First step is that you'll need to head over to the tower and talk to Saint 14 and pick up the exotic quest Memento. Once acquired, you'll need to head off to the Tangled Shore to hunt down 5 fallen captains or servitors. Thieves' Landing will be your best bet in completing this part of the quest quickly, as there is a servitor that frequently spawns near the public event space here. If you need to, you can utilize the empty tank lost sector, which will have a servitor and a captain that spawn in the first room. Plus, the public event in Thieves' Landing spawns captains and servitors as well, so this step can be done quite quickly. Once you've taken down those 5 targets, you'll once again have to go talk to Spider, and he will send you off to the lost sector, the empty tank, to take down the fallen captain named Axonix. The empty tank is of course located down in Thieves' Landing here, so head down to the final boss room and your target captain will spawn after the first initial wave of enemies. Simply take him out and you'll unlock the next step. This will then take you back to Spider. Yes, you'll be talking to Spider a lot in this quest, where he'll then ask you to complete 3 different tasks for him. First, you'll need to complete 10 spider bounties, defeat 30 challenging enemies, these are the orange bar enemies in case you didn't know, and last, complete 8 public events. And I'm not sure if this was a bug or not, but heroic public events counted as 2 for this quest step, so keep that in mind if you want to get through this step at a faster pace. Plus, plenty of challenging enemies spawn during heroic public events, so think of it as getting a 2-for-1 deal at a fast food joint. But once you complete all these steps, you'll be summoned out to the Four-Horn Gulch area on the right side of the map and head into the lost sector, Trapper's Cave. Here you will be looking for a grave of a fallen. So head into the lost sector and about 3/4 of the way in, you'll drop down to this waterfall. While facing the waterfall, look off to the dark edge at the right and you'll see this ether glow. Walk up to it and inspect the grave and you'll unlock the second to last step of this exotic quest. In the next step, you'll need to take down the now resurrected Scorn Chieftain. So if you go to the map, you'll see a new quest strike show up at the bottom right side called the Hallowed Lair Memento. Unlike other exotic quest strikes or missions, this strike comes with matchmaking. So head on in and make your way to the normal last boss room with the Fanatic. Your target for this quest step will spawn on the right side of this room after the first damage phase on the Fanatic. Simply take the target down and you'll obtain the last step in acquiring the Bastion fusion rifle. Finish the strike and then head back over to Saint 14 at the tower where he will awe you with his more beautiful Russian talk and at last present you with the Bastion. So now that you have this new exotic fusion rifle from Saint, how does it perform? Well, let's just get it off our shoulders. This gun is definitely better in a PvP realm than PvE, but before we get into that, let's get into the perks. So first up is the exotic perk for this gun known as Saint's Fist. This allows Bastion to spit out 3 kinetic slugs from its barrel in one shot. Now this is super beneficial given that you're getting a 3-round burst without actually using 3 rounds in a magazine. So given that Bastion can hold up to a total of 15 rounds of ammo, this equates to a total of 45 slugs to use against your targets. Bastion also comes with hammer-forged rifling, which gives it great range for a shotgun fusion rifle, liquid coils, which provides greater impact but does increase the charge time slightly, and then we have breakthrough, which is an interesting perk because this actually allows Bastion to damage a shielded enemy without actually having to break the shield first. But unfortunately it's not the full damage of the gun, but as you can see here, it's actually taking down the yellow health bar here on this simulated captain. So it can be somewhat useful, but you're honestly still better off utilizing an energy weapon to break that shield down and then switch to the Bastion and apply damage when using this fusion rifle. And then the last perk we have is just composite stock, which slightly improves handling speed and recoil. Which, speaking of recoil, the Bastion's recoil tends to be vertical for this fusion rifle. So pulling down slightly on the mouse or joystick will help keep your shot centered and on target. And it isn't directly vertical either, as the gun will kick slightly right or left during the 3-round burst. It's kind of random actually. But for the most part, it's fairly easy to control, as you'll just need to pull down on your device of choice to keep your burst accurate and on target. Overall though, the Bastion in PvE is an okay weapon to use, but its damage output just isn't enough to take up the exotic slot on your character. You'd be better off either using Izanagi's as your kinetic exotic or using just a legendary god roll shotgun in its place and utilizing a heavy exotic weapon instead. However, in PvE, PvP, the Bastion is at its best. At under 10 meters, one slug can completely diminish the health of any guardian on the other side, so you could potentially take out 3 guardians in one charged shot. Also, the Bastion is great for countering supers. I mean, it just melts through those overshields before they can even reach you, and even breaks through Titan barricades with ease. But even with this power, there is a downside, so in no way is this gun overpowered within Crucible. For one, the charge time is still quite long, so you do have to time it right and utilize those corners, as standing out in the open will do you no good in PvP with this exotic. And it definitely doesn't compare to any other fusion rifle like the Untitled with backup plan, as Bastion has much more recoil, less range, and a longer charge time. But still, the fact that you could clear out a 3-man squad in one shot and counter supers is quite effective. Overall though, the Bastion is definitely a unique, beautiful looking exotic that has come to us in Destiny 2. There was a hell of a lot of work that was put in by the entire community, and although not what we expected to get after solving the puzzle, it was truly amazing to see the Destiny community come together to solve the Corridors of Time puzzle. If anything, I think the main issue that some of the community, if not the majority, is frustrated with is that they expected the puzzle to bring about a secret quest for a weapon we didn't yet know about, not one that was already shown to us within the roadmap. But I do get it from the business perspective of Bungie. As a game developer, they want to be as transparent as possible with the content coming to players who purchase the season passes. But on the other hand, the gaming community loves the secrets that unfolds within the Destiny universe. In either case, I love the community involvement, and it was truly amazing to see everyone come together to complete this objective. But with that, gamers, I'm out. If you've already acquired it, what do you think of the new Bastion rifle, and what sort of exotic would you like to see Bungie drop within the next season? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I've already started testing out some weapons within Destiny 2, so be on the lookout for some weapon comparison videos coming out within the near future. But as usual, if you enjoyed this content, drop this video a like and tap fire subscribe for more on Destiny 2. But until next time, gamers, this is Sir Mav, signing off.